Welcome to episode 6 of Bruin Banter TV. We're back at Banter Place, joined by Bruins defenseman, and I guess we can say winger also, Brett Dumaine. Brett, first off, you've been playing right wing the last few games. Obviously, the team knew going into the year that you could play forward. What's that been like for you, as opposed to playing on the blue line?
Well, I'm just trying to help out wherever, and if coach wants me up front, scoring goals, I guess, as of last week. But if he wants me up there, I'll just do whatever it takes, and I don't mind. I guess he's just trying to file out with all the D-men we got still, and I guess losing a couple last week here is all right, but just trying to figure out the team, I guess.
Do you prefer playing on the back end, or does it really matter to you?
It doesn't really matter. I like scoring goals, and it was good to get the first one, but whatever helps the team, really. Looking for the win.
Pretty remarkable that you made it, to be this good of a player as it is. I mean, you had a pretty severe injury a couple years back. Just tell us a little bit about that.
2 years ago on Remembrance Day, I got hit from behind in a game and broke my C2 vertebrae in 2 places, and it's out of place a couple millimeters. And it was interesting because if it was out any further than it was, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be in a wheelchair. But got lucky and got put into a halo for 2 months, and then came out of that, lots of rehab, and then I was back on the ice the following fall.
What's the mindset like after an injury like that? Like, how hard is it just to kind of get back up and, get on the road to recover?
You really find out who you are as a person. Like, I almost wish it upon everyone to be forced to take a year off of hockey, because you come back so much love for the game and so much appreciation that there's just no doubt in your mind, and nothing can stand in your way from there out.
So for those 2 months with the halo, were you pretty much, immobile? Were you able to move around at all?
It was a pretty good excuse to not go to school and whatnot, but I had to sleep in a lazy boy, and I had to sleep sitting up. I couldn't be laying down or anything. I got really good at Call of Duty, and just kept it simple, really.
So then, where did the recovery process go from there?
After the halo, I was in a neck brace for, I think it was like 4 weeks. I didn't really follow that. I was kind of ready to get back out there, and it was lucky there were still outdoor rinks in Calgary at that time when I got the halo off, and I think the second week after my halo off, I was right onto the outdoor rink, just skating all day, and it was great.
What did the doctors tell you when it happened? Like, did they tell you, you'll be able to play hockey again, or what was it?
The first time it was definite no hockey, and then the healing process started to begin. And first month in, they're like, they were showing some positive signs, and then the day I got my halo off, they couldn't even see anything wrong with my neck anymore, and they said that it'll never break in that spot again because of the calcium buildup or whatever within the bone. So it's all good now.
So once you started skating, how long did it take to kind of get into good enough shape and skating well enough that you could actually play a real game again?
I got my halo off in January, and I couldn't take contact till that following August. So it was lots of little work to get done. I was in the gym lots of neck exercises with trainers and whatnot, and I met a few good people on the way there and through that recovery process, and they helped me become where I am now. So
August 2011, you mean you were back?
Yeah, that was it.
So obviously that kind of knocked you down to playing AA for the year. What was that experience like, just kind of trying to get yourself back to the level you were before, and giving yourself a good opportunity to get into junior hockey?
It wasn't bad at all. Played a pretty significant role on that team. Finished 5th in the league for points, 1st for D-men, which was just a huge confidence booster. I got the max tournament in with the AAA team, which was huge. I got lots of exposure from that, and confidence just coming out of such a good year. I mean, we were 1st in Calgary, and just the leadership role I kind of took on for that just made me who I am today. So,
looking back at those 2 years, I mean, would you have ever thought you'd be where you are now when it happened?
There was a lot of doubt in my mind during my halo, like with the neck. It was like, do I really want to come back? Like, what if it happens again? What am I going to do if I get paralyzed? But just, again, I met a lot of good people on the way. I really discovered who I am, and it's great now.
So after that year of AA, you came out to spring camp here. You've got some family in the area. Looking back, how thankful are you that you actually came down here to the camp?
Oh, extremely. I mean, Like looking around this facility, like everything is just unbelievable. I haven't seen a nicer arena, fan base, in like all of Canada. Really, I've been to a lot of camps, especially coming off that injury, and this is just number one. This by a long shot.
And I guess after the kind of time off you had, I guess the more you play now and the more you skate, the better you'll get, right?
I like to think so, yeah, but who knows? Yeah, hopefully everything's a step in the right direction.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. We're with Bruins head coach and GM Keith Cassidy. Keith, it's been quite the week with the NHL lockout, the focus group stuff with the NHL, and then they made that huge offer to the PA yesterday. What's your take on it?
Well, I'm just absorbing that all right now. You just informed me about all about it because I've been focused on other things so far this week, and but I guess I'll have to catch up on my my pop culture here and my news. But I appreciate you filling me in on it.
You don't have a computer in your office?
I've got a computer in my office, but it's pretty much set on statistics and players and bios and scouting reports and everything else that comes along with trying to find some players.
You got to set priorities.
Wow. Yeah, and that's probably my priority right now. So, yeah, looking around, trying to find some help is what I've been doing, and burning up the phone lines, lots of texting, lots of emails, and certainly a lot of time doing research on the net. So, unfortunately, I've missed out on a lot of those big things, but you know what? I'm sure we'll be able to catch up on that sooner or later.
So I take it you didn't catch any of the U.S. presidential debate last night?
You know what, I didn't, and you know, I'm not sure that even if I wasn't focused on something else, I'm not sure that I would be very interested in tuning that in. It's a lot of the same stuff over and over and over again, just said different ways. So
that way you miss stuff like Mitt Romney saying he's got binders full of women, though.
What? I'm not even sure what to say about that.
Mitt Romney said during the debate that he has binders full of women.
Binders full of women. In what context was he saying that?
They were talking about women's rights, and this is how he was trying to show that he respects women and he's concerned about.
Attaboy, Mitt. Good job.
Okay, let's just talk about your team now.
Sure.
You have been on the phones and looking at the trade market the last few days. Obviously, looking for some scoring help. How's that been going so far?
You know, we've certainly had a lot of leads on things. Again, it's about not just making a trade for the sake of making a trade. It's about bringing in guys that can help. And there's guys out there and that we think can help us out. It's a matter of being able to make the deal and being able to convince them that this is the place that they want to play. And I think we've got a couple of solid things going on, and if we can pull those off, I certainly think it'll be some good help for us.
Is part of that just trying to put together, kind of a defined top line or top six? I mean, obviously you've got some guys who have played on different lines and whatnot.
Well, obviously trying to find somebody for Olsen is key to us right now. I mean, he's kind of on an island. He doesn't have his right winger from last year, his left winger from this year is injured. So I mean, trying to find him. We were trying to find him a right winger to play with, and that we've gone through a couple of guys there in auditions, and but certainly getting him going and getting that whole line, as you say, defined is a priority there. I think that the pressure will be eased there when Neufeld's back, but we're not sure exactly how long that's going to be, so we got to go make arrangements right now.
You were saying the other day about with the skid that the team's in right now, how it's kind of a vicious circle with the inability to score, and then players putting more pressure on themselves. You've got a bit of a break here before the action this weekend. How important is this just to kind of reset, refresh, and kind of clear the heads a little bit?
Well, I think it's absolutely key. I mean, most of what goes on out there is mental for these guys, and having them being able to think clear and feel good about themselves, I think, is paramount to them being able to go out there and perform at the highest level. And I think, like you said, it is a vicious cycle. they get an opportunity, they don't score, they put more pressure on themselves, they squeeze the stick a little tighter, and it keeps going and going and going. At some point, you got to break that cycle in terms of the way they're thinking, get them back on track mentally, and have them refreshed and feeling good about coming to the rink. So, that's what we're trying to do this week, along with working on some technical stuff that I think is going to help us over the weekend.
Looking ahead to this weekend, you've got Flin Flon on Saturday, Weyburn on Sunday. You did play Flin Flon last weekend, got a good taste of the best team in the league right now, and played them pretty close in that game. What are some of the things you guys need to do to try to take a win away from them?
Well, I'm excited. First of all, I'm excited to play them, back to back here. I think we gave them everything they could handle up in Flin Flon. We didn't come out on the right side of that one, but I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think we're going to have a much more positive result for our team, that's for sure. I'm just looking for us to go out there and work as hard as we did when we were in Flin Flon.
Great. Thanks, Keith.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cole Zahn, the assistant coach with the Estevan Bruins, and you're watching Bruin Banter TV with Josh Lewis.
Keith, we've got a new addition to the Turnbull Ready Mix Bruins complex. You spend a lot of time down here. Kind of pretties up, a pretty bare area down here. Obviously, this mural has a lot of significance in Bruins history. How nice is it to have this up?
Well, it's very nice. I mean, like you said, there's a sea of beige going on down here, so it's nice to have something on the wall, and certainly something that not only pays tribute to the history of the Bruins, but also shows the future. And we're very fortunate that Stellar Signs was able to do something like that for us, and I think it's turned out real well.
So we've got 5 generations of Bruins represented here: Gary McKechnie, Amby Hangan, Taylor Reach. We think that's Brady Long.
Could be.
We're not sure. And Boston at the end. So pretty significant thing here to have 5 generations represented.
Absolutely. I think, in choosing who is going to be on this, I think Becky's done a fantastic job of doing that. And, I don't think you could find better representatives from the Bruins over the years. So it's a pretty nice thing.
That's a wrap for this episode.